Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli the Computer Guy here for the Daily Blob, and I have to say, I'll admit it. This could have been a good idea. In somebody else's hands, this could have been an amazing idea. But it's Trump, so it's just gonna be a grift. It's just gonna be a grift. So yeah, you all have been asking me about Trump's smartphone, mobile phone plan. And yes, I am sad to say, apparently it actually does exist. Now, why I think this could have been interesting is there is an argument in the business world, especially in the technology world, that people won't try to do something new unless they're either forced to do it or basically they're shamed to do it because somebody else is doing it, right? There's this idea that many times you go to the CEO or you go to the tech company and you say, hey, this is the thing that you should do. And they go, oh, we would love to do it, but we can't because X, Y, or Z. They give you a whole bunch of these reasons. And then you have somebody that goes out, they actually show that it is possible, and then everybody else follows along. So right now, Trump is in the middle of our trade kerfuffle with China. The idea that China is trying to take over the technology world, and basically Trump wants technology manufacturing brought back to the United States. He's literally even threatened Apple, not a country, not Vietnam or India, but Apple itself with a 25% tariff to force them to bring manufacturing back to the United States. And a lot of people argue and a lot of people scream and they just say it won't be possible, right? It'll be $3,000 iPhones and nobody wants to screw in those teeny tiny screws. And so you're just not going to be able to bring manufacturing back to the US. And so what would be curious here, right, with Trump, and I'm not even being snarky, I'm being stone cold serious, right? You know, with Trump and Trump's base of support, there would be the real possibility that he could prove that you could bring manufacturing back to the United States. The idea being that his name is so valuable, his brand is so valuable, people will spend extra money for that brand. And also that if he's trying to push this point to make America great again, that people would also throw in extra money to make America great again. And then he could actually do something that's impressive. Show the technology companies how they should be treating the customers. Make something that is completely compliant with right to repair, right? We are Americans. We demand freedom. We demand the ability for people to, entrepreneurs to be able to create businesses around repair and modification and that type of thing. So bring back manufacturing to the United States for something like the smartphone. Design it from the ground up to be a freedom phone so people can be able to upgrade it or be able to at least repair it when there are any types of problems. All of that kind of stuff. Yeah, sorry, that could be amazing. It's just not what we're going to get. It is just simply not what we're getting. But it could be. And so anyways, viewers are asking, what do I think about Trump Mobile? And yeah, it's another grift. It's another grift that may or may not live up to its very, very small expectations. But yeah, the President of the United States is more interested with lining his bank account than doing any other thing. We have Trump coins. We have all kinds of Trump stuff nowadays. And so now we're going to have Trump mobile phones because who knows why? Is it going to have end-to-end encryption? Right? Is it going to have... No, of course not. It's just going to be a gold piece of crap with Trump stamped on it. We all know what it is. So anyways, yeah, if you take a look at this, take a look at the site. turn this thing. You get all American performance, everyday price for $47.45 per month. So he's currently the 47th president, and he was previously the 45th president. And so that's revolutionary right there. You get unlimited talk, text, and data. It's interesting. He doesn't really talk about the speed of the data. That's one of the issues you get into, especially being a content creator, is that whole speed thing can be a little bit wonkadoodle, right? You get 5G speeds up to like 5 gigs per day, and then it drops down to like a 56K connection. Right? Doesn't explain what that is. No contract, cancel at any time. I guess that's not too bad, but I mean, that's not exactly revolutionary or anything. International calling to 100 destinations. One of the big things they talk about here is that for military people, the idea that military people need to be able to call home or whatever. But it's weird, like even in the description of it, it basically says that you'll get free calling on most military bases. So if you're on a military base, you may or may not get free calling back home. But if you go with Verizon, right, when I use Verizon and I go different places, I get free calling. So I don't know. Free SIM kit, bring your own phone. No credit check. No credit. Well, that's revolutionary. Trump is not going to do a background check on you. So, yeah, same coverage as the 3 nationwide phone service carriers. That is something to understand with a lot of our telecom systems in the United States. They were opened up years ago. One of the reasons companies like Mint Mobile can succeed. So companies like Verizon, so Verizon Wireless, T-Mobile, Sprint, back when Sprint still existed, they basically own the telephone infrastructure. But per Congress regulations, that type of thing, in order to keep competition around, basically other companies such as Mint Mobile, well, I guess that's now owned by T-Mobile, but before Mint Mobile was owned by T-Mobile, basically they were able to essentially piggyback on that infrastructure as long as they paid particular fees. And so when you look at this and you see Trump saying that, same coverage as 3 nationwide phone service carriers, yeah, probably. That probably is normally fine. Customer service call center based in the USA. Okay. That's fine too. Let's see here. I think one of the interesting things here, so you get unlimited voice, you get roadside assistant, that's pretty normal, device protection, whatever, international calling. One of the curious things is they do have telehealth services here. I don't know. I have not looked at my account lately, whether I get telehealth services from my phone provider, but it is kind of curious. If you actually go, they do tell you about the telehealth information. You get medical care telemedicine, 24/7, 365 availability, board certified providers, video or phone calls, secure communications, behavioral and mental health, short-term counselors via phone or video, follow up with same provider, life coaching, pharmacy RX benefits. So you do get telehealth. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what's revolutionary about this. Hell if I know. It is kind of a curious thing, like the weird benefits that get lumped into different stuff nowadays. So I don't know. Maybe if you need telehealth service, then you go to the phone itself. Keep your phone. Let's see here. Or you can get their new phone. So they have the T1. Get ready to experience the power of Trump Mobile. Our made in the USA T1 phone is available for pre-order. Reserve your phone today. The T1 phone will be available in September of 2025. If you go over and you take a look at the T1 phone, it is going to be $500. You're going to get 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal storage, 6.8-inch screen. You'll get AI face unlocked and a fingerprint sensor, 50 megapixel main camera, got a macro lens, got a 16 megapixel selfie camera, got a 5,000 milliamp hour fast charging battery, USB-C, and it is Android 15 on there. So I just buy iPhones, so I don't know in the Android world where that fits in, but I don't know, $499 for that. And you get a gold Trump phone. I mean, I guess that's not too bad in the whole scheme of things. The weird thing that I do find about the phone, though, is they make a big deal out of it being made in the USA. And I really wonder if that's true. I did some Googling on trying to find made in the USA phones. So phones that are actually manufactured in the United States. The only company that I could find that actually manufactures phones in the United States is this company called Purism. They have a Liberty phone that costs a wee bit more. It costs $2,000 for their Liberty phone. Liberty phone, a premium version of the Librem 5 phone that focuses on security by design and privacy protection by default with a secure supply chain and electronics made in USA. Outfitted with hardware kill switches and specifically designed hardware, you are in control of the flow of information and learn about the Liberty phone. So if you take a look at that, so think about it. So this thing from Trump, they're going to be spending $500 for, has 12 gigs of RAM, has 256 gigs of internal storage, all that kind of stuff. Keep that in mind. So this is $2,000. This is $2,000. Has 4 gigs of RAM, has 128 gigs of internal storage, has an 8 megapixel front camera and a 13 megapixel back camera. So I'm just gonna put this on the table. Apparently, this is actually made in the U.S. It is 4 times the cost, and it is significantly worse than the Trump phone. I'm just gonna put that on the table. So somehow the Trump phone is going to be made in the United States for a quarter of the cost of this and be significantly better. I will question how that makes a damn bit of sense, but who knows? Who knows? Everybody knows what a devout electronics engineer Trump is. I mean, that's the one thing you can say about Trump. He really knows his electronics engineering. So maybe he's figured out a way to make a $500 Trump phone in the United States. I do have to say that seems like a hell of a question mark, but who the hell knows? What do I think about this? I mean, like, in my heart of hearts, this is my frustration with Trump. Like, this is the metaphor of my frustration with Trump, right? We needed to do something about the southern border, right? The southern border was a complete and utter disaster. Is the wall a good idea? No, the wall is not a good idea, but it's a better idea than anybody else is putting on the table. Again, a crap idea is better than no idea. But somehow we go from trying to secure the southern border to booting out foreign international students that have things in their Facebook feeds that make the president want to cry, right? Like what? Like, no, we cared about the southern border. It goes back to the whole thing, like with China, right? Like I believe in my heart of hearts, I believe in the reindustrialization of the United States. That we need to have industrial capacity for any number of reasons. National security, yes, but also for things like job security and those types of things. We need to reindustrialize the United States. But reindustrializing the United States, is it a tariff? It's not screaming about these people and being ripped up. It's about we need to train the next generation to want to work in industrial capacity. My generation, Generation X, literally going into the trades was frowned upon. It was scorned. If you were smart, if you were going somewhere, you were going on college prep. I don't even know if they have this anymore. When I was in school in the early 90s, you had college prep and you had the vocational programs. College prep sent you to college. Vocational programs sent you to a middle-class job once you finished school. You could go through plumbing. You could go through electronics. You could become an electrician. You could go through engine repair, small engine repair, all of that kind of stuff. But there was so much emphasis, even in that time, to say those were the stupid people. You don't want to be a stupid plumber. You don't want to be a stupid electrician. You want to go to college and make something of yourself. right? Beyond the education and the resourcing and that type of thing, right? It's literally putting into people's brains that one job specialty is better than a different job specialty. So one of the things we simply need to do in the United States is we need to simply re-emphasize the vocational skills. Be proud to be a plumber. Don't you want to be one of the people that are building America? Right? We need that. But we're not getting that. We're not getting our vocational programs resourced. We're not getting a resurgence of focus on the trades or that type of thing. We're just simply getting, what's his name? Screaming about China or whoever taking advantage of us, and so we're going to put all these massive tariffs on. Even getting on things like NATO. I don't even understand that. Yay, we're getting out of NATO. At the exact same time, we're talking about fucking invading Greenland. No, I just want to get out of NATO. I just want to get the fuck out of Europe. I just want to get the fuck out of Europe. Just please. Can we get our military the fuck out of Europe? I don't want to be in fucking Germany. I don't want to be in I don't care why we're in Greenland. I just want to get the fuck out of Greenland, right? But somehow, like, we're going to get out of NATO, and then we're going to invade Greenland. Like, what? And so you still look at something like this phone plan. And it is the metaphor of the Trump administration. Of this could be something powerful. This could use the support that people have for him, the support that people have for this country, to prove what can actually be done here. To take something from the hypothetical, to take something from the academic realm and actually turn it into real products that are being sold. That is what Trump could do, but it's not what he's doing. It's a fucking grift. It's a fucking grift like every fucking other fucking grift this jackass is doing. And so, yeah, I don't know. If you want to spend $50 on an unlimited phone plan that gives you who the hell knows what, you don't know what those data speeds are going to look like. You don't know what those data caps are going to look like. You're going to buy a $500 phone that's made in the USA, and yet the only other phone I can find that's actually made in the USA is 4 times as much and is a much lower quality. Does that actually sound like a phone that's really going to be made in the USA? So yeah, if you want a gold Trump phone, buy it. I mean, the infrastructure you're going to be using in the country is going to be about the same, right? If you go with Trump or you go with Mint, you're going to be using the same infrastructure. You're going to be getting a pretty decent quality Android phone, right? You're going to be getting a white box phone that gets spray painted gold. It's probably going to be a pretty decent Android phone. So if you want a pretty decent Android phone at probably a relatively decent price, and you want unlimited, talk and data, questionable what the data is, and also probably, $47 a month. I'd have to go out and look, but probably fine enough. It's probably fine. But it's just another fucking shitty grift. He just slaps his name on it, pretends like this is making America great again, and then goes back to cashing his checks. So anyways, that is my thought. That is my thought on it. So I'm going to learn more about purism. And at the end of this, I will do a shout out for purism. I don't know a lot about purism. Maybe I can get them to do an interview. Maybe I can get them to do an interview on the show, like I interview other people. I am actually curious about this. From what I can tell, they're the only folks that I can find that actually, supposedly manufacture, build the phones. Actually, in fact, in the United States. So there are, some interesting things here. Again, like the little physical switches to turn things on and off. That's an interesting thing. Being built in the United States, that's an interesting thing. So if you're interested in the concept of what Trump is selling, you might want to go and take a look at purism to actually buy the reality. So those are my thoughts. What do you think about the Trump phone? What do you think about the Trump? What do you think about the T1 Made in America Trump phone? That's $500. Again, quarter the cost of the $2,000 thing with substantially better components. Do you think that even makes sense? What do you think about the Trump phone service? Are you excited to go off and get Trump phone service because that's going to get you something that T-Mobile isn't going to get you? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. See y'all later.